Hi everyone, welcome again to Pirated Rum Diaries. I'm your host AJ, and today I'm going to be reviewing Appleton rum and with Fentimans ginger beer. Okay, and also breaking down another mishap from my past. So let's get straight to it. So today's rum is Appleton's, and basically Appleton is a Jamaican rum. It's 40% alcohol, and it's also under £30. So you can find them in most places for about 25, 26, 27 pounds. And what we are using today is not our normal Jamaican ginger beer or one I've brewed. It's Fentimans, and I don't know if you've ever tried Fentimans, but if you like ginger, Fentimans is, wow, I mean, I just can't stop drinking this stuff because you actually taste the ginger, not chemicals and sweet. It's actual ginger, not extract. We're going to try this Appleton. One little fact about Appleton is Appleton is actually the oldest distillery in Jamaica. So the oldest standing rum distillery is where this is made. So let us see if we taste some of that history when we have it. Okay, Appleton is quite light. It's not as heavy as what we've reviewed so far, and it seems very easy to drink. Doesn't that have that heavy taste, that heavy feel, mixed with ginger beer, and it's nice and smooth. A shot on its own, it's still smooth. Doesn't have that kick in the back of the throat like plantation pineapple or our rum from Marks and Spencer's. It's nice and it's smooth, easy to drink. So our story for the day. About 4 years ago, when I was still a competitive athlete, I used to fight competitively. I don't anymore. But I went on a night out after a fight. I had a fight. It was a good night. I think it was the fight. I knocked this guy out in 4 seconds. So I was like, yeah. So I went out to celebrate, and I was out, and I met this girl. I was out with the boys, and I met this girl. She was 6'1". Talking, she said she's a swimmer, blah blah, and I tell her what I do. So it's fun, and we dance, we grind. She's got moves. It's very rare that tall women can dance, but she's got rhythm, and I was like, okay. We dance, we start kissing, we swap numbers, and I'm like, okay, me and my boys are going to a different club, so we go. The next week, we hang out, we go on a date, and it's nice. We go to a place in Manchester called Blue Pig. We spoke, and we had some similarities, and she was at a point in her life where she didn't really know where she was going, but one thing she liked was fitness, and she was into fitness, and I was like, okay, you're into my fitness, I'm into my fitness, we get along. So we went on the second day. The circus was in town, the Russian circus, so I booked that, and we went to see that, and it was in a park somewhere. So it was an awesome time, it was good. At the end of it, we walked back. It was really, really dark, so we couldn't find our way back. So we were lost in the park, and she had to navigate, and she actually found us our way back. We had to jump over a fence. So those little things, like, creating memories with someone, it was nice. We went back to mine, hung out for a bit. At this point in time, it's going towards a relationship, and I'm liking that. Bear in mind, I was an athlete, I was a fighter. But when you're a fighter, it's lonely. It's like you're focused I was a fighter and I worked at night, so you focused on that and you don't have time, you hardly have time for anything else apart from training. You're training 4 hours a day. And then we have, then I'm like thinking, okay, let's progress this with speaking, and we can only meet like 2 or like once a week because she lives so far away. And so I thought, okay, in between, we'll just we'll build that relationship and build the connection. I noticed that in terms of conversation, she was very stimulated when it came to sports, and her friend, she's got a best friend, and those 2 things she could talk about, you know. But I wanted to learn more, and I wanted to, like, you know, I wanted that mental stimulus, because I'm a very physical person, but the mentality, the mental stimulus is just as important. It's awesome when you find someone that's got both of them. It's very rare, I've found, but when you found someone that has that physicality, and she had that, and then the mental stimulus that can teach you something, you learn something from that. It's very rare. So I was trying to get that from her. And so one day I called her when she was on the break, and we were talking, and I was like, oh, listen, so you studied psychology, didn't you? She goes, yeah. Did you learn anything that you still use today in, like, you know, everyday life? And she was like, no, I don't, you know. And I was thinking, okay, but are there things that you've learned that that have got like social applications? She's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, my flatmate was saying to me the other day that when you go to buy a holiday, when you go to this holiday agencies or whatever, and you walk in, a lot of them, if it's in winter, you walk in, there's like a heater that kind of blows like hot air at you from the outside, from the door, which kind of mimics the air and the breeze you'd get when you're on holiday. So when you're in a hot country, so it makes you feel like, oh yeah, I really want to go on holiday, and it kind of gets you in the mood to book a hot place. So I think that type of thing is smart. Like, is there anything like that, you know? And she's like, no. After a while, she was like, listen, I'm going to go, my break is over. I just thought nothing of it. The next time I spoke to her was the next day. I sent her a text saying, hey, how's your day going, blah, blah, blah. And she replied, yeah, it's fine, how are you, this and this. Oh yeah, listen, I've been thinking, I think you're a nice guy. I don't really know I don't think you're what I'm looking for now, or I don't think I'm in a place for this right now. One of those excuses. But what stuck in my mind is nice guy. So let's hold there. When a woman says you're a nice guy, translation, you have no penis. You have no penis. So I was like, whoa, let's hang about. My reply was, well, listen, I think it's a bit crude if we're going to end all this without actually getting it on. And she's like, oh really? You think that? I was like, yeah, because I think there's still so much of me to find out about. I was like, oh. And I noticed that her tone changed immediately. And I think I should have just gone with that. But I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Like, when I got your number, I didn't get your number because I wanted someone ditzy and someone else just there for a fling, like a bimbo. It's like, I got your number because you kind of conveyed to me that you were intelligent and you wanted to do something, and I thought I saw potential for someone I could date. And she's like, well, listen, I think, you know, your response there just makes me realize I made the right decision. So that's it really. Take care. One thing I learned from that, some people can't offer you mental stimulus in the capacity you want. Some people don't do mental stimulus. That's something you have to realize. And that's what I did realize, you know. Don't try to force it. There's a time and a place for deep conversation, and if it happens, it's organic. If you force it, it's just awkward and can be a bit intrusive. Because I hung out with someone once who wanted to navigate my brain, who didn't want to navigate my brain and wanted to learn about me by just getting a sledgehammer and going, tell me about you, what do you like, what's your passion? And I think that's the wrong way to go about this. I think you have to navigate your partner, your potential partner. The information almost has to be a bypass of conversations that happen and they just kind of drop into your lap, so to speak. So I think in this scenario, I was that to her. I was trying to smash it open, get into her head, because I felt like that was the only way I could get that mental stimulation, which I wasn't getting. In the long run, that might have come out. If I'd been more patient, she might have got more comfortable and revealed all that stuff. And if I found out that, okay, she hasn't got mental stimulus, which, to be fair, every time I bumped into her in the past, since then, I've realized that she's just not that type of person. She doesn't have deep conversations. I should have just been smooth, like Appleton. Nice and smooth, easy. Just talked about CrossFit that she liked, or talked about swimming, just exercising, just talked about stuff, films. And we could have dated for a while, and maybe we could have had stuff rub off each other. So yeah, what I will say, don't force these conversations. If they're going to happen, they happen. And you realize someone hasn't got that stimulus and the capacity you like, and you still like them, you can potentially, I'm not asking you to settle, but you can potentially have something for a short time, experience each other. Yeah. So yeah, that's it really. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you've liked that, please subscribe, like the video, and try some Appleton. Be smooth like Appleton, be easy. Initially be Appletons. Because you don't want to go in strong. You can. There's a difference between going in strong, physically, and you're like, oh, really, I really like it, I want this. And there's a difference with going in mentally strong. And I think in that scenario, I did that, and potentially drove her away. So yeah. So when you start, be Appletons, unless they don't want Appletons and they want something harder, with more panache, then you can unfold. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Take care.